Hey guys, it's Mr. Jack and 000 here, back with Automation the Car Company Tycoon game, and what you're seeing right now is one of my latest builds called the JMPS Mail Truck Same Day Edition. This is an updated variant of the original mail truck that was revealed on June 8th, 2020. The difference between the two is that this particular mail truck has a much more powerful engine, proper JMPS branding including the same day lettering, and a spoiler that I've rigged up to improve downforce. The body that I've used to make the same day mail truck is made by a modder named Fox Gaming, aka Nolan the Fox, in his prototype mod pack. The link is at the bottom of the description if you want to download it. It has a lap time of 1 minute 16 seconds 44 milliseconds at the quote-unquote Top Gear test track and 2 minutes 6 seconds 61 milliseconds at the automation track, a top speed of 180 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds flat. This vehicle uses a custom 5.2 liter V8 turbo engine that produces 742.2 horsepower and 679.4 foot-pounds of torque. It has a fuel efficiency rating of 17.7 miles per gallon and weighs 3,053.6 pounds or 1,385.1 kilograms. And for the market, it horribly competes in the delivery and utility markets, and they also consider it as a muscle car. I don't know what type of crack they've been smoking, but it doesn't look like a muscle car, not one bit. In terms of how I created the same day mail truck, it's pretty much the same thing as the original one, as the panel material is made out of corrosion-resistant steel with a ladder chassis also made out of corrosion-resistant steel, with a front transverse engine, and the front suspension is a solid axle leaf and the rear suspension is a solid axle coil. For the engine, it is a 60-degree V8 engine made out of aluminum with the bore set to 96.7mm and the stroke at 88.5mm, which makes it exactly 5,200 cubic centimeters or 5.2 liters, with a single overhead cam 4 valve made out of aluminum. For the bottom end, everything is made out of forged steel. You got the crankshaft that's made out of forged steel, the carb rods at lightweight forged, and the pistons at regular forged. For the compression, it is set at a normal 9.2 to 1 ratio with the cam profile set to 57, and it's got VVT. For the turbocharger, it is a twin turbo with a ball bearing turbo with the inner core set to 1100 RPM, the compressor at 62mm, turbine at 64, the AR ratio at 1.04, and the max boost at 18.6 PSI. For the fuel system, we're using a direct injection throttle persona configuration with a performance intake running on premium fuel with the fuel mixture set to 13.2, the ignition timing bumped it up to 63, and the RPM limit set to 7,000 RPM. For the headers, our only option is a short cast of a dual exhaust of bypass valves, and the exhaust diameter is set to 102mm or 4 inches with a high flow 3-way catalytic converter, and both mufflers are baffled. For the drive type, it is an all-wheel drive with a dual clutch 6-speed with the top speed set to 182.2 miles per hour with an electric LSD, and the power distribution for the all-wheel drive system is 44% in the front and 56% in the rear. For the tires, we're using semi-slicks with the front tire width set at 205mm and 185mm in the rear, running on 10-inch alloy rims, and they're pretty small tires as the tire diameter is 460mm. For the brakes, we're using a Venedis 3 pistons in the front with the size set at the highest of 170mm, and the rear is a single drum brake with a size also of 170mm, with the pad type set to 70, which is around a race preset for the brake pads. For the interior, of course, the real-life mail truck has only got one seat, and it's got a basic interior and a basic CD. Who needs all that luxury stuff when you're driving point A to point B within like 30 minutes from your warehouse? Try to travel like 60 miles to deliver some dude's package that he wants. That's the reason why I made the same day delivery truck here. It's got variably hydraulic power steering with electronic stability control and standard safety standards from the 2000s. For the suspension, it's got progressive springs with adaptive dampers and semi-active sway bars running on a sport preset. Despite a fair amount of problems on here, such as dampers being too hard, brake force being high, clearance issues, semi-slicks, tire width, all that good stuff, we're going to export this to BeamNG.drive and test it out. So here we are at West Coast, USA, and I do got the old version of the JMPS Mail Truck beside the same day edition here, and I'm going to go over very quickly between the same day version and the old one here. The difference between the old one and the same day version here is we got two, look like some big ass 4-inch dual exhausts rigged in the back end of this truck with the words same day right here. And I jerry rigged a spoiler for downforce purposes, even though it doesn't look that great, but it'll do for now. And I also got the word same day on the top of the logo with the proper JMPS branding on the logo. We got the JMPS logo right there, while the old one didn't have that, nor the Jack and Mailing and Parcel Service logo right here, which the new one does have the lettering right here, the logo. And same thing for the front, same day JMPS, old one didn't. Including some new mirrors here, some legitimate mail truck mirrors, look like something straight off a semi-truck, while the old one were just basic truck mirrors that you see on like a Chevy Silverado or something. So right now, we're at the toll booth here. We're going to be doing some basic performance tests with the new mail truck here. The first we're going to be doing is a 0 to 62 acceleration test, second a 62 to 0 brake test, and lastly a top speed run if it's possible on this map. Which I guarantee it would because, 1, the acceleration, and 2, the power. The power of what a same-day delivery vehicle should do. So enough of the rambling, let's get ready to start this display up right now. Speed test is active, and 0 to 62, well 1 to 62, this thing's kind of flawed, in 2.67 seconds of 128 feet even. Wow, and brake test... That dip though, so, well, 61 good enough. 61 to 0 in 2.85 seconds of 110.51 feet. That's kind of mediocre, especially at this small of a vehicle. It should be like a 2.5 second brake time vehicle, maybe a little bit less, but it'll do for now. The sucks of the brake sizes are very limited on this vehicle, so there's nothing you can do about it. So top speed run right now. Let's see if we can get a top speed going before we get to the end of the highway here. So we're going over 120 right now, 140. I think we're at gear 6 by now. This thing was flying through the first couple gears. And 170. Okay, we're getting loose here. We got a lack of downforce on this vehicle. Probably to lift in the front. ECS is going mental, trying to keep this vehicle stable, but it shouldn't. 170, so it's been a fail. Let's just crash this at the end of the exit ramp, and... No, we're gonna hit this barrier. Okay, get ready for camera. Now, 100 times slow-mo camera, and watch this thing crumple at this barrier. And 100 times slow-mo, here we go. And bang. Oh, damn. Damn, it's still going. It's getting up into the, what, the street light there. Not the street light, but the stoplight. And there's the engine right there. There goes a tire. Go to 8 times slow-mo. Back this up. It looks like the drivetrain is hella disconnected and full-time. I think it's going nowhere. Engine is destroyed. And we got a hazard light going off because impact detected stopping car. That's what a car should do in the 2000s. Well, particularly just a 2010 vehicle. So looking at this vehicle, oh my lord. What if I reset the camera? Will it still... Yep, still glitches out like always. There goes our hazard lights. There goes the bottom of the vehicle, just hella crumpled up. You got the bend of the axle. The rear axle here is bent up. Front of the vehicle, let's take a better look at that. And whoa, damn, this thing got shifted over and just crushed up. Nobody would survive in this vehicle. If I had the option to make it a monocoque chassis, the driver would have been okay, because that's how an automation vehicle works. So I got the old mail truck here, doing our 0 to 62 right now, and what I'm about to be doing here is I got the other mail truck that is currently going at around 100 miles an hour. We're going to be doing an overlap crash, so get ready to go and head on. Main engine broken, but I'm too late, so 100 times slow-mo, camera as is, impact detected stopping car, and 60 times slow-mo to full time. Alright, let's try that with a better camera angle, like slow it down before I collide the two vehicles together. Alright, right here. Finally got it. Right here will do. High DUI, 16 times slow-mo, there, and unfreeze, and better. Much better. Rather than just pausing it at the moment of impact, we see the moment of impact in slow motion. So full time, and just like that, The engine on both of the mail trucks are destroyed, as expected. So pulling these two vehicles apart, F7 this guy, which one is this? The old one? So take a look at the old one versus the new one here. So the old one, pretty much almost the same type of damage compared to the new one here. You got the front end hella crinkled up, you got the engine exposed here, the new one. Well, the old one, engine is exposed too, and it's also crinkled up. The right side here, hella deformed, and the right side of this guy, not so hella deformed. Interesting. And the rear end's perfectly fine. And the new one, rear end of this guy, semi-perfectly fine. So pretty much damage as expected. Almost relatively the same in the front end, but not much of the rear end compared to this guy and the new guy. So let's stay on this map here, and we're going to be doing a time trial run on the modded race here called the West Coast Street Circuit. This particular time trial is a mod you can download on the BeamNG repository. I think it's just simply called West Coast Street Circuit, and you got 3 variants to choose from. One of them is the long version, the hot lap one, and the short hot lap one, and the long pit lane version. I'm going to be doing the pit lane version. We're going to be doing 2 laps of the same-day delivery edition of the JMPS Mail Truck. So now, I'm going to be taking you to the starting line of the racetrack right now. Holy crap. And here we are at the pit lane of the West Coast Street Circuit here. Looking at this here street circuit, this looks pretty nice, to be honest. Well, you got your tents here as your garages for each and every vehicle here. Just random look out for the center divider sign there. And this here fence to give it like if it's a racetrack in like Detroit or something or Azerbaijan or whatever. So we could see all that stuff later down the road once we get driving this vehicle. And there is a random gas pump here. So let's get things started here in 3, 2, 1, start. That launch though. And let's see if it's not capable of doing that. So we sped out of pit road and we got a cripe load of wheel spin. Yep, should put more downforce in this vehicle or consider lowering the power of this vehicle. So this is pretty much a blind run. Brakes are fading. The brakes faded in this damn vehicle. I'll say this is a blind run of this here time trial. Might as well take it easy before I go all out on this race. So let's just do 40 miles an hour and go. I would say do a legitimate speed limit on the pit road and just accelerate off the corner once we get under the track here. And this is pretty treacherous for this type of vehicle, so braking right now. Look at red already because these are some tiny ass brakes because of the limitations of putting the brakes on this vehicle. If I put like whatever 200-300 millimeter brakes on here, this would have been a problem. They would have even faded one bit. We're dropping down to like a high 800s to 900s and back to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And we make a left. Well, this vehicle here, it could pretty much take you to point A to point B from your warehouse to your own house, where you're buying something on the website of like whatever, Amazon, Newegg, eBay or whatever, and you just choose same day delivery. Oh crap. Hit the brakes. Well, take the side impact, not the front impact. Because we take side impact, that's good enough. Front, not so much. I was going to say, it'll take it from point A to point B. Driving this thing is pretty much a pain. Just drive it for delivery purposes, not for everyday driving to your grocery store type of purpose. It'll pretty much kill you once you hit the gas. And 2, it can't turn because of the complications of the chassis and the wheel size. God damn. I think we can't steer. Nope, drive shaft is broken off, but we can still drive, and I might as well just do 1 lap of this. This is impossible. You know what? Make it 1 lap. Let's go to the, where are we at? Hot lap, 1 lap. Okay, here's the hot lap version of the time trial. Let's get things started here in 3, 2, 1, start. And I think racing at this particular time trial is pretty much a bad idea. And here we go. We got a lot of space here. And I think that right there may be pit road. Yep, we got the tents right there. So that is pit road. And that's a crash. And doing that, we're auto steering to the left. So let's do take 2. Wait, what? Did I just say new lap time of 18 seconds? Right when I hit the R to restart, it just said new local best time 18 seconds, whatever milliseconds. All right, right here. Time stopped. So this thing is broken. How about 2 laps? Okay, hopefully this works out. If not, then I don't know what to say. What if we try a different camera angle? Let's just do probably that onboard driver. Well, it's rather loud for me. It'll probably do. Hopefully it does do. That was kind of close. Brakes are fading, but we still, damn, managed to make that left turn just fine. And we're still at above 800 degrees. Start braking. Barely losing speed. Still barely losing speed. Alright, got around that corner. Damn, acceleration just fine. See, this is like the most dangerous vehicle that I've probably ever driven. 742 horsepower and no brakes. This is horrible. And left turn, use the e-brake just because. And some of the wheel spin to help us out. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more control of the car. I'm actually starting to learn how to drive this vehicle because this thing freaking takes off, and once you hit the gas, despite having all-wheel drive, it just spins out. Even though ECS could save you, it probably won't that much. And 2, the lack of steering in this vehicle is a pain in the ass. Alright, hit the brakes. Nope. We're gonna do some IndyCar stuff. Well, we got around that. I was about to say, we hope we don't do any IndyCar stuff and slamming those tire barriers, and we got this chicane coming up. Just drive slow. Drive slow, or get pulled over. Kind of a play on drive sober, get pulled over by, is it NHTSA, whomever, with their, drunk driving campaign. Impact detected, stopping car. We got radiator leaking, and we can't steer, so take it back. And come back where I've crashed out. Alright, here we are. Our brakes are on fire right now. Over 1,000 degrees over our rear drum. Brakes. Holy cripe. Alright, let's not make this mistake. Brake. I want to see this. Okay, here we go. Around them tire barriers. And we're got another tire barriers. And we're going to take a face plant. Damn it, 20 miles an hour, and we're smoking from the brakes or from the radiator. Hopefully they're the brakes, and I can't back up. Some front end damage, but it's fine. Hopefully it is fine, because I want to get this damn race done, like, almost now. We're torturing the hell out of this vehicle. This took me, like, 9 attempts off camera to get where I'm at right now, and it appears this may be the final corners. Yes it is. There's the final stretch. Let's not screw this up, right? Oh my god, we bouncing because of the suspension, and there's the blue markers. We should be. Come on. And look at that, was close. Time, 2 minutes, 43 seconds, 383 milliseconds. With a total time, let's ignore that because first lap was a hot lap, or in lap, I would say. In lap or out lap, and what did I just hit? I mean, the thing just bounced up, but whatever. So free roam, and so now, crash this thing, put it out of its misery because of the crashes that I've done trying to get my ass over here to complete a race this thing. So speed as is, camera, right there, perfect. Engine still running, who cares? And there goes the tire, just floop, 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 because that's what a tire does for a living. So now, for the last part of the video, we're going to see if this thing becomes a same-hour delivery vehicle by dropping us off a brutal slope and... Do I have it enabled or not? Let's see. It appears not. So let me enable that real quick, and I'll just take you there once I enable it and spawn it at Leap of Death. Holy texture, Batman. Where is the sand? Where is the gravel? It's all black. That's pretty weird. So here we are at the ramp portion of Brutal Slope. So what I'm going to do is line this vehicle up right around here, and then just go. We're going to better speed test once we... go down here. It's a lot worse. 1 to 63 in 3.4 seconds flat of 147.96 feet. And let's turn the engine off. And will it do better or no? Put it in neutral. Are we going to get a higher top speed or... Oh wait, we're about to fly off the edge. Alright, so turn the engine on now. Keep our top speed. Well, that did that. 89 miles an hour. Launching off the ramp. I thought it would stay in 6th gear or something, but it just went back to 1st gear, it seemed like. So, go to 100 times, hide the UI, camera as is, and get ready for the bang, now. Here goes to front. Zoom in more. And maybe different camera angle. No. Alright, it's doing good. So 16 times to 8. And pretty much we'll do that till full time. There goes the tire, and face down in the freaking ground here. And can we take a look at this vehicle or no? Because of how bent this, well, there goes the spoiler, vehicle is, and oh, we got it upright. That's fine. So, vehicle, took out the front end, hella bent up, just almost hella flat right here. And these two right here, both of the tires are almost touch each other. You got the front axle almost interlocking with the rear axle here. Let's take a look at this. Where's the front axle? Does it exist? There's the rear axle. There's the rear suspension, and I think this is the front axle. So front axle it's gone. It's been freaking wiped on the face of this earth. All right, last part of the video. Drive down this hill here and then crash at this little wedge thingy. All it is just a rectangular block that you just wedge your vehicle in once you crash at a very, very high speed going down this here hill of brutal slope. So get things going here right now. Accelerate, skateboard down the ramp, and I was surprised we didn't bottom out that time because this vehicle bottoms out very easily. I don't know if it's because of the suspension. I think it was because the chassis touches the suspension or something. And not only that, are we going to stay around 190 miles an hour? I thought it would, whatchamacallit, like over rev and then just all hell would break loose. So 194 miles an hour, it seems like. So pause, 100 times slow-mo, get a camera going, hide the UI, and get ready. Here we go. You ready? And unfreeze. Here goes the mail truck. Ready in 3, 2, 1, bang. Timed it right. And there goes the swoosh, and well, it's kind of close. I thought like go all the way in the wall, just completely flatten itself, but it got like 80% of it, so full time. And there it is. Flat as a semi-pancake. So bring it all the way at the bottom of the hill here and take a look at the aftermath of destruction. So here is the mail truck pointing straight at the sky here at vehicular heaven, saying its last wishes after putting out of its misery. So looking at this thing, pretty much same results as you smash head on into something, flat front end, and a smooshed side right here. It's like this thing is like smooshed in like horribly. Like you try to like smoosh things from like the left side or right side to combine it together, and like the thing like raises up here. Like you got the cut right here and the two polygons here from this side of the vehicle and this side pointing upward from the result of the collision. And the rear end of the vehicle, you got the hazards bent up because impact detected stopping car, and that's how hazards behave. Once you get in a crash, it just bends up just like this. So take a look at the cargo. Just fine. We got the engine bouncing around, the turbocharger, the drivetrain, and the driver would have been dead in this vehicle without a doubt. They would have died. So that'll do it with automation and BeamNG.drive with the JMPS Mail Truck Same Day Edition. So this mail truck here is a step up from the original one, which had that Volvo engine which produced around like 250 horsepower, while this one produces 500 horsepower more of 742 horsepower. While it is extremely dangerous to drive in terms of top speed, particular acceleration, and including braking, like if you were to brake going 100 miles an hour to a stop, you'll probably miss your destination by like a block or something stupid, because there's no way to increase the brake size for the front and rear brakes. It's pretty much useless to do that. Even if you make it like a 4 or 6 piston brakes, make it a true racing brakes, it still wouldn't work out. It'll just still fade like super easy once you touch the brakes and pretty much fry the brakes out, and you have to use a handbrake from now on. So hopefully the USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, or whomever, hopefully they would consider this type of vehicle here for their same day delivery fleet to deliver whatever type of item that they want. It could be a TV, computer, chair, cables, or something stupid that they want right here, right now. Hopefully it'll be a great investment for them, even though it's fast and horrible to break. It will definitely help out the e-commerce business, so people won't complain about items being delivered way too slow. They can have it right here. So this has been Mr. Jack and 000. I'll see you in the next video.